Hey there, Vault Dwellers. In this video, I'm going to help put you on a path of some rare outfits in Fallout 76 and give some pointers to tracking down some of the more elusive varieties. Before we begin, please take this moment to hit the thumbs up on this video because it really does help others see it. And if you're not already subscribed to the Naked Vault Dweller YouTube channel, please consider joining us today. We'd love to have you here. So the other day, I looked up online some of the rarest items you can find in Fallout 76, even 2 years after its release. What I was surprised to find was the nurses' outfits from Allegheny Asylum was still held in high regard and much sought after by many of the collectors out there today. Great, I thought, and loaded up the truck and head to Fort Defiance. And just a little history, Fort Defiance was originally an asylum that later became a Brotherhood of Steel stronghold that was overran by the Scorched. And all the Brotherhood of Steel perished in the event, and what you see today is a hollow shell of its former glory, outside of course of it being an asylum. And Fort Defiance is also known for the occasional Scorched event lying in the sand where a beacon attracts Scorched beasts and other Scorched to its location. There are also a few other quests I'll talk about later in this video. You also need to complete these to access the areas to find the rare Asylum nurses' uniforms. Before you think you have enough information to charge off into the ruins of Fort Defiance, be forewarned that this search is not as easy as you think, and in fact I'm almost certain that it's not for the faint at heart. Just before making this video, I server hopped 249 times over the course of a 24-hour period. Sorry I couldn't round out that last number, but it was 249 times. And in total, I spent 4 days on this project with countless hours of logins, and I only started counting hops on the last day. And over the course of this experience, I determined the quickest path I could find that would allow me to check the spawn points in the shortest amount of time. Here's what that looks like. My fastest time to server hop, enter the building, and check all the spawn locations was 1 minute 54 seconds. But for the sake of rounding things out, we'll just say 2 minutes. And once inside, head straight for the reinforced door. If you hit the button and nothing happens, it's possible you haven't completed the quest Defiance Has Fallen. You'll need to complete this quest before you can continue. If you can enter the doors, just make your first right, then right again, and head to the elevator. Oh, you don't have elevator access, but you've completed Defiance Has Fallen? Great, just follow me this way. You'll need to register as a Brotherhood of Steel member, which is down on the 3rd floor. So head up the ramp here and work your way up to the 2nd floor and keep working your way north. For the sake of time, I've removed all the enemies out on this side, but if they are present, you're bound to run into a few along the way. And once you're at the end of the hall, climb these stairs and start heading south. You'll eventually reach the room that the elevator would have taken you to in the first place. And see, still no access to the elevators. Turn around from here and access a computer terminal behind you. And like I stated before, you can register new personnel with this terminal, which will shorten the trip tremendously. And if you are unable to register an ID at this terminal, you'll need to complete the quest Recruitment Blues. A link to a walkthrough for Recruitment Blues and Defiance Has Fallen can be found in the description of this video. So now that you're up here, where are the spawn locations? And that's a good question, and before I show you, let's take a look at what the rarest of the Asylum outfits looks like. The red one. Pay close attention to the soft white shoes. The fabric as it drapes across the front of the torso. The petite hat that sits perfectly upon the head. Hey, that's Zed Knott from the Naked Vault Dweller Discord channel. Thanks to Zed for trading a legacy rifle for the red Asylum outfit to use in this video. Now on to the rest of these outfits. The drop rates of these items are exceptionally low, which really takes up the in-game value of them. As an example, I've seen the pink nurse uniform sell on vendors for as much as 10,000 caps, and the sky's the limit beyond that. And like I said, Zed traded a legacy rifle for the red one that you've seen in this video. Alright, so some quick and dirty math here. With the drop rate of it being 0.156 on the red dress, the chance of you getting the red dress drop is 1 in 1,000. And those are great odds playing the lottery. Those are terrible odds when you have to do server hops. Okay, so the full path from the door that I take when I'm searching for the spawns is through this door, then turn right again, Go into the elevator, press the 3rd floor, and once you're on the 3rd floor, there's 3 locations to check. The first location is straight off the elevator located on this bunk. The next place is down the hall, and both these doors have spawns. The one on the right spawns on the lower half of the second bunk here. Going back across the hallway into the bathroom, the last one will spawn here on the bench. And so I have a couple of tips for you that I've picked up in my search for all the asylum outfits. First, try not to leave anything behind as a marker that you've been there already. I've come across many players that have done this, and I feel like it only messes up the spawn rate. Instead, if you really want to mark the location, destroy one of the petrified corpses out front. Secondly, make sure you don't pick up any of the asylum uniforms unless you're ready to refresh your total pickups. And what I mean by this is when you pick up an item, the item will not respawn again until you've picked up 250 more items. And this can be very time consuming. My suggestion is to not pick up anything until you see a pink, forest, yellow, or the elusive red colors in the asylum uniforms. And thirdly, I started knocking the spawns off the beds. One of the biggest reasons I started doing this was because I just got bored looking for the asylum outfits. The other reason I clung to was that if someone came in while I was in there and they picked up the spawn, they would jack up the spawn, maturing into perhaps something better. So I kind of hid them. Lastly, I got the rarest drops between the times of 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This might be different depending on the region you were logging in from. It did seem like the more people that were on, the better the chances were of me getting a rarer drop. So what dresses have you been able to get so far? Leave us a comment down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you happen to see me at the asylum, don't be a stranger. I'm pretty approachable, and I love making new friends. Until then, take care.